It's time for Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors.
Good Sunday morning to you. This is Karey Brown, broker-owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. Today I am here with Sheryl Blue. Sheryl owns Blue's Moons. She's been on the show before with me, and you know, New Year's is coming around and you're going to be putting away your Christmas stuff, so what better time to have a professional organizer on the show?
Yes, it is time to put away all the Christmas decorations. And, now I find it's a good time to purge. If I myself, I'm really notorious, but I have a lot of Christmas decorations. And every year there's some pieces that just don't get put out anymore. So as you pack things away, if there's things that you have not put out this season, be a good time to start a donation box. A lot of places will take those and happy to receive a donation of Christmas items. Another thing, I really like the boxes that you can buy for your ornaments that have dividers in them. They are a lifesaver. You can organize all your Christmas ornaments in there. They're safe. They don't get broken. And the other important thing I like to stress is box it up. Make sure it's secure, nothing's going to break, but make sure you label those boxes. You may even go so far, for instance, I have one labeled for the big tree and one labeled for the small tree. So next year it's going to be real easy for me as I start to decorate. Just go grab the box that goes to that particular space and start to decorate.
I saw a thing on Pinterest, and over the summer, while my husband was away doing something, I don't remember what it was now, I actually gutted the garage, like the extra garage, and I saw this thing on Pinterest where everything was white tubs and it had black lettering. So that's what my side garage looks like. And I went through all of my ornaments and all of my, each season has its own box. And I Ziploc bagged each color of ornament. So each color has its own Ziploc bag. And, this year whenever we put out a Christmas tree, it was kind of cool because my daughter says, I want red and silver, so that's what she pulled out. Took some to the office to decorate a Christmas tree, and whenever I put it all away, I just do it the same way. The Ziploc bags are still there, and, nothing broke this year, which is the first year since, we've lived in our house, which has been like 20-some years.
That's a really great idea. I like the bag idea to separate the colors of the ornaments.
Yeah, and I'm pretty weird, but I just love seeing all the white with everything labeled and everything has its place.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite things to see is a nice organized storage room with boxes that are the same and well labeled.
Yeah, my husband came home and just shook his head. He said, why didn't you organize my tools? I'm like, I ran out of time. You're going to leave again.
That's funny.
So like we mentioned, New Year's is around the corner. Let's talk about purging. Everybody has these New Year's resolutions, and getting organized is always, well, for me, it's always one of them. What are your suggestions for that?
Well, everybody's New Year's Eve resolution is to get organized. So, I feel like it's a good time of year to clean out the closets. Purge the coat closet. Are there any coats that can be donated? Do you have some good storage for your mittens and hats and that kind of thing? Cabinets, I tend to try and clean out my kitchen cabinets towards the end of the year because especially after Christmas when you've got a lot of people helping you put things away and, it's just time to kind of regroup, reorganize. Again, I can't stress enough, if you don't use it, get rid of it. That's what I find when I help a lot of people organize is they just have a great collection of things that they never really use anymore, and they don't really realize it because they've never taken the time to organize and purge what they have. So I think that's really important to do closets, cabinets. If you're real industrious, you can do your garage or your attic. And, of course, I would love to help. I love to work with people to get those places organized in their home, and we work together. We decide what's important to keep, how to store it, and what can be eliminated.
I know I have a friend that you helped with their garage because they hadn't parked in it in years because they had all of this stuff, and you came over and they can park the car in their garage now.
Yes.
So you guys, tell me how. I know how, but tell them how you do the whole system, how you laid it all out and determined what you would sell and what you would keep, and what's the process?
Well, fortunately, your friend had all of the stuff she wanted to sell basically boxed up and in the garage. So, I'm a firm believer in starting in one corner and working my way around, and I typically make a little bit of a mess before it's all organized again. But I just started opening boxes and sorting them out onto the table. When I put the sale together, I typically get everything out and then go back and price things. But like I said, she had it all in one spot, so it was easy to empty boxes and organize a great sale for her. We had a really big sale there, and we actually turned around and did another one there for her mother several months later. So she has a good garage to have a sale in.
So I know in our business we have a lot of estate sales where, mom and dad have passed away. The kids either don't live here or maybe one lives here, and nobody really wants a whole lot. They want a few special items because, as you hear everywhere, people aren't keepers anymore.
That's
they don't
correct.
just, China is like, hey, yeah, China, yay. All the things that our parents collected thinking they would pass down, people just don't want or don't have room for. How would you suggest, or how do you go in and organize all that to get ready to sell it?
Yep, I just get into the home and, like I say, dig in. But I'll be going through there looking for things that are obvious trash. Maybe we want to donate the clothing because that might not sell as well in the market. And basically, I will go through and set up the entire estate sale. The last thing I do, however, is get a member of the family to do a final walkthrough. I'm hoping by the time they've talked to me, they've got out all the important papers and the keepsakes and things like that. However, if there's anything they missed, that's always on my list to be looking for as I'm going through things. So the final thing before I have a sale actually is a person from the family will walk through. So then everything's laid out. They can see what it is, and if there's something they were missing or all of a sudden think they need to keep, that's certainly an option for them. I never want to sell something that means something to someone. So I try and make sure they have what they need before the sale starts. Then I typically do a 3-day sale with a half price on the last day. Our goal, obviously, is to clear out the house. Unfortunately, the only thing I can really guarantee my clients is not everything will sell. So after that, it becomes we take a look at what's left. Is there anything else somebody may want? Is there another option to sell it? Or do we just want to go ahead and donate it?
So say I want to help. I want your help. I want you to come over. Tell me what's going to happen. What is the process?
Well, the process is the most important part of the process is my free 1-hour consultation. The thing that I've learned over the years that I've been doing this is that everybody's situation is different. Everybody has a different amount of stuff to sell, different things they want to do with leftovers. So it's important to me to have that 1-hour consultation with a potential client to really get to understand what they need. From there, I'll go home and figure out a plan of action, how to get it organized, boxed, sold, whatever we need to do, and come back to the client with a proposal that really meets their specific needs. So the 1-hour consultation is very important to the process. It is my goal to make everything easy for the client. So with that understanding in mind, I can get the job done. One of the first things we talk about in the consultation is what are your deadlines? Are you moving out? Are you moving in? Does the house need to be emptied at a certain point? So I try and understand the deadlines because that really helps me put a plan together. And then I will go in and help with the purging and packing of their home. And make sure that everything's ready for the movers, the trash is gone, the recycling, whatever we decide to do. If I help you pack, all your belongings will be carefully packed and then boxed and labeled as to where they'll go when you land in your new home. So that's the first thing I try and understand is deadlines and what we need to be doing. Then if it's a home somebody's selling, is it already sold or has it been sold? If it hasn't been sold, do you need help with staging and decluttering the house? Because I can come in and help you go through your closets, your basements, because I believe that organized closets, basements, those kind of things really sell a house. Is that your feeling on that, Karey?
I think whenever they walk in the door, as long as everything it has a place, and your first presentation obviously is your outside, and once you get in, they don't want to see your stuff laying around. They want to see presentation. Not everybody's expecting you to look like Better Homes and Garden layout, although that is cool. But they want to see just the furniture, some decoration. It's okay to have a couple of pictures of your family. It's another thing if it's an entire wall, because as realtors, we have to pull them away from that wall that they're looking at of all these pictures, trying to figure out, well, who they know. Did they go to school with them? Did they date them in some lifetime? All this kind of stuff. And they're not looking at your house. And that's what we want for them to do. We want them to be seeing your house, focused on that, because we're all kind of like, not everybody, but I know I am, ADHD. And it's like, woo, I'm all over the place. We want you to focus and really look at the house and does it fit your needs? So yes, organization is key. I can't tell you how many times we've seen that the main floor look, impeccable. Everything looks great. And then we go to the basement and we found everything that was on the main floor.
Right.
So yes, definitely basements, closets. I think people expect you to live there, but going in and looking at the closets, you don't want anything to fall out on you.
Right. It might make people think the closet's not big enough for what they have. So it's important, I think, to have well-organized closets because people always look in there.
Absolutely. And, if they see that and it's all cluttered, then they think, okay, well, what else are they not doing around the house?
Right.
Are they not maintaining it and things along those lines? So, yes, it does matter.
Yeah, and that's where I can be of help. I can go in and help, take with my eye and see what needs to be decluttered. Boxed neatly even probably helps in selling a home. So, and I would like to think that I could use the client's furniture that they have to stage the home in a way that makes sense to buyers as they walk in the door.
Absolutely. Staging is important. And, some people can see an empty house and they can wrap their mind around where their furniture is going to go and is it going to fit and all of those things. And then there are some people that cannot. They need to see, did your couch fit?
Right. Where does the dining room table go? Yeah.
Right. And, a lot of times the big worry is the kitchen. Where am I going to put all my stuff? And like you said earlier, a lot of times we all have stuff that we don't even need. I know we have a huge kitchen. It's one of the reasons why we bought our house. Our living room was tiny. Our kitchen was huge. I don't know what we were thinking other than my husband likes to cook. But, even with all of that cabinet space, we still have an armoire to put stuff in. And it's like, seriously, we don't even use it all. Why do we have it? So, just because it's a smaller kitchen does not mean that it doesn't fit your needs.
Right.
You probably don't even use half the stuff you have.
Yeah. And if it's well organized and you see what you have, that prevents people from buying things they don't need or, getting rid of things they don't use. So that's a very important part of it.
So you even do space planning, which goes right with that. So say, for instance, somebody moves in, they're downsizing in kitchen space. How do you go in and help them understand, this is still doable?
I'm really excited about that part because I am a certified interior decorator as well. So I've always had a love for that. So, in particular instances, if I could get a floor plan, say, like I helped a gentleman one time downsize and move into a retirement home. He had very limited space, but I was able to get the floor plan for the room that he would be moving into, and we were able to discuss what was important for him to take and how it would fit in the room. So I think I can add value there by helping people understand the kind of space that they have that they'll be moving into and what will fit and what can we get rid of. So I think that's also an important part of it.
I know we work with Atria a lot, and their units are really, really nice. They have some 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, but they have a living room and a kitchen. Some can cook in their kitchen, some cannot. And then the bathroom and then the bedroom. It's all very nice space for moving in, but I can imagine moving from a full house into this, very small space. I wouldn't say that theirs are necessarily small, but
smaller than what they had.
Much smaller than a full house. I could totally see that. Their units they're beautiful. I mean, they're very nicely done, and those guys are great over there. If you're ever thinking about moving into a retirement home, assisted living, they take you out, drive you around. It's great.
Yeah, and that's the important part. If you understand what kind of space you have, then I can work with you to help you decide what to keep.
So you help them pack up. Do you help them unpack?
I can help them unpack as well. like I said, as I pack boxes for people to move, I label them very well as to where they go. And if we've done some prior space planning, we know where things going to want to be placed. And, I can help you with the unpacking process as well.
All right. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Southwest Topeka has a good neighbor. State Farm agent Jim Garrison, now at 29th and Urish. If your current insurance situation has you going around in circles, get off the roundabout and stop in and meet Jim and his wonderfully efficient staff. Let Jim Garrison give you a quote and make the Garrison comparison. He's confident that with State Farm's competitive rates, the right coverage, and his unmatched service, you'll want to make him your new insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Jim Garrison is there for you, northeast of the roundabout at 29th and Urish.
This is Stephen Parkin at Invista Credit Union. Purchasing a home is one of the most exciting and important decisions someone can make. Let me tell you why Invista is the best choice for financing your new home purchase. First, quick pre-approval process. Our fast decision-making gives you the power to act quickly and make an offer on your dream home. Second, local servicing. We service your mortgage in-house. You won't get a long-distance runaround, but a committed professional whose only job is to help you. Third, experienced team. We are dedicated to simplifying the process and educating you through the home buying process. Come by Invista. It's okay to dream. In fact, it's encouraged. We are your home buying partner. Give us a call at 785-228-0149.
Thanks for joining us again. This is Karey Brown, broker, owner of Realty Executives, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. And I am back with Sheryl Blue with Blue's Moon. So I understand you have a new venture.
Yes, I happened upon a lucky opportunity to become a partner with the gal that owns Brick House Antiques and Unique Gifts. That's located at 37th and Burlingame. If you don't know where it's at, it's been around for about 15 years, but we've had the store since the 1st of March. So we've made a lot of changes and fluffed the store up a bit. And in that agreement, I have a room of my own. So what this allows me to do is if a sale is over or if someone is downsizing and they have some furniture pieces to get rid of, I can either do a buyout and buy the pieces outright and then sell them in the store, or I can consign some pieces for some of my clients.
So is that a struggle after you're done and, you say you've done the sale and you still have these pieces left and you don't want to donate them? Is that somewhat a struggle to get through?
It is. It is the struggle that I have. And like I said before, that's really the only thing I can guarantee you about a sale is not everything's going to sell. I'm hoping for most of it, but a lot of times there are a few pieces left. So that's when we think about, do we want to donate it? Do we want to maybe try another option? Or take it, I can buy it and we can sell it at the Brick House.
And what are the hours at the Brick House?
The Brick House is open on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sunday we're open from noon to 5. And you can typically find me there on Monday.
And where's that located at again?
It's at 37th and Burlingame, so it's right off the highway. It's a little difficult to get to. If you're coming off the highway, you have to make a U-turn at 37th Street and come back around to see us. It's right over there by the veterinary clinic at 37th and Burlingame.
So you say that you donate. How does all of that work?
Well, if a person wants to donate items, either after a downsizing or a purging or a sale, I provide the service where I box it up, take a good inventory of what we're donating, and then haul it away to be donated. I use several places in Topeka, but if a person has a specific location in mind, I'm more than happy to do that. At the end of all that, what I like to do for my clients is give them an itemized list of what's been donated because they can actually use that as a tax deduction on their taxes. So I like to provide that service as well.
And where all do you donate things to?
I like to use God's Storehouse. I use Goodwill sometimes, and the Topeka Rescue Mission. All are very happy to receive our donations.
And how do the garage sales work?
Well, I handle the entire process for a garage sale. So from table rental to setup, I'll research and price items. I take care of all of the advertising and the 3-day sale management. Then at the end of the sale, I box up the leftovers as well. So it's a full service for my client to have a garage sale.
So I know we've talked a lot about moving in, moving out, and estate sales and things like that, but you also help people that are staying in their house.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is organize people. So if you are staying in your house and you're struggling, a lot of times people sort of hit a roadblock and they know it needs to be done, but they're not motivated themselves to do it. And that's kind of where I come in, and we work as a team, and I help them sort through their items and decide what's important to keep and what's not, and then develop a storage solution that'll meet the needs of the things that they have decided to keep. So it is one of my favorite things to do. Sales are good and all that, but I really love to come in and help people. I do basements, attics, pantries, closets, kitchen cabinets. I've organized offices before, paperwork. I'm actually working on organizing a mailing list for a gentleman right now. So I like to tell people if it needs organized, I can get it done for them.
So let's talk about an organization story. What comes to mind?
Well, I like this story because I developed a really good client and a friend out of this, but her daughter bought her a gift certificate from Blues Moon. They are available. And so she had 4 hours of my time, and she had an attic that was just full of stuff. So I went over there and used up the first 4 hours and got a good start on her attic. We were organizing the things she was needing to keep, and we were boxing things that we would later do in a garage sale. But from that gift certificate, she continued to pay me to finish the attic. We worked on her garage. We worked on her basement. And then eventually I did do a garage sale for her. So, those are success stories for me when I can start out helping someone organize and get them organized, help them get rid of what they don't need, and make a little money on a sale. It's kind of a win-win situation for everyone, I think.
Speaking of which, if you are, say, for instance, you have someone in the family that just really needs someone to organize them, if you missed that part, she does have gift certificates. So you could just say, hey, I got you a gift, instead of saying, hey, you need to organize your stuff. Just bring Sheryl in. She can help them do that.
Yep. You can purchase gift certificates in 4-hour blocks of time. So, and they're valid until they're used. So that does make a good gift. I did a couple for Christmas this year. So.
Okay, so we've talked about the gift certificates. Let's talk about pricing. What is the layout of that?
Well, I'm going to reiterate that each person's project and situation is different. I've never done the same thing twice. So that is why it is really important for our 1-hour consultation, which will allow me to create a plan of action that will be specific to what you need. My base pricing actually starts at $40 an hour. However, if we book 20 to 40 hours, you get a 10% discount, which brings it down to $36 an hour. And at 40 hours plus, it's a 15% discount, so it's $34 an hour. I find most projects take at least 20, if not 40 or more. Again, depending on the situation, it's all different. Home staging and space planning, I charge $25 an hour for that. And unpacking is also $25 an hour. Now, if Blues Moon does a sale for you, keep in mind that I am doing everything: table rental, pricing, research, advertising. I take 45% of the total sale, and the client would end up with 55% of that sale. I also help with the offloading process, and that's a flat fee of $200, which covers any truck rental or fees. If there are recycling fees or anything like that, that's included in that $200. So, but it is, again, important to go over the project first and allow me some time to really put together a plan that fits exactly what you need.
And where can they find you?
They can find me pretty much everywhere. But the important thing to remember is organize with Blues Moon. You can find me about anywhere with that. My email address is organizewithbluesmoon@gmail.com. My website is organizewithbluesmoon.com. And you can find me on Facebook by searching for Organize with Blues Moon.
And your home office number?
My home office is 785-986-6300. Keep in mind that is my home, so my son may answer. A very good way to get a hold of me is my cell phone. I've got it with me all the time. That's 785-845-1179. I'd like to remind everybody that I have just created a new brochure that's all about your options for downsizing and moving. So it's a pretty comprehensive brochure. It kind of gives some description on all the things I do. It does list my pricing, and it gives you the questions we're going to answer in our free 1-hour consultation. So if you would like to receive one of these, please contact me at any of the places I just talked to you about, and I'd be more than happy to send you one in the mail. If you just want to set up a free 1-hour consultation, give me a call and we'll get that booked.
And I know with people for New Year's, everybody's making these New Year's resolutions. And if buying or selling your home is one of those, be sure and give us a call. As a seller, we go through everything that you can expect, what you expect to net whenever you sell, what goes into it, how we communicate with you, how we market for you, everything. So we lay it all out for you on the table. There is no guesswork in it. Each week, you know exactly what's going on. We are very good about communication. We work as a team. So instead of just getting one agent, you get literally 23 of us for the price of one. And when it comes to a buyer, we sit down, we do a free buyer's consultation. We walk you through exactly what goes into buying a home, what you can expect to see on a contract, what you can expect to spend. We have an in-house lender, Stephen Parkin with Invista Credit Union. He can go through, get you pre-approved, ready to go. You know what your costs are. We've laid it all out for you. There's no guesswork. Now, if you're a little worried about your credit score, it's not a big deal. Come in, always knowing is the best. We will go through, create a plan of action, get you ready to get financed. Stephen has a really good program. We have programs set up to help you. And we also partner with housing and credit counseling. So we can help you there also, depending on what your credit score looks like. 6 months, maybe a year at the worst to get financed to get a home. So you can own your own home instead of paying for someone else's mortgage. You could be building equity for your family, for you, and, have your own space. Paint it however you like, park wherever you want, all of those great things. So we want to help as many families as we can this year. We service, and if you were to look at our website, it's nekansashomes.com. It covers from Kansas City. Actually, it goes into the Missouri border because it does include the Heartland, which is the Kansas City MLS. But we cover from the Kansas City side, from Kansas City all the way out to Junction City, all the way up to Hiawatha, and as far south as Emporia. So all of basically northeast Kansas, we can help you. And again, we're very much into making sure that our clients know what's going on. Buying and selling is definitely one of the most expensive purchases most people ever make, and we want to make sure that you're comfortable doing it. So again, check us out on our website. It's nekansashomes.com. You can also email us at preferredadvisorsteam@gmail.com, and our number is 785-213-5188. If you want to find us on social media, we're on all of them. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. We're on Facebook. Just search for Preferred Advisors Team, and there we are. We would be happy to meet with you. So be sure and let us know. We will work after hours even to get you pre-approved and ready to go. Thanks for joining us. This is Real Estate 101.
Thank you for listening to Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. Tune in again next Sunday at 11 o'clock for Real Estate 101.